Hi, welcome to Pathways of Hope. I'm giving the reflection for today taken from the Gospel of Luke, chapter 11, 47 and 54. Let me warn you, this is a very sobering passage. It begins by saying, "Woe to you, for you build the tombs of the prophets whom your fathers killed. So you were witnesses and consent to the deeds of your fathers, for they killed them and you built their tombs. Therefore also the wisdom of God said, I will send them prophets and apostles, some of whom they will kill and persecute. That the blood of all the prophets shed from the foundation of the world may be required of this generation, from the blood of Abel to the blood of Zechariah, who perished between the altar of the sanctuary. Yes, I tell you, it shall be required of this generation. Woe to you, lawyers, for you have taken away the key of knowledge. You did not enter yourselves, and you hindered those who were entering." And as he went away from there, the scribes and the Pharisees began to press him and to provoke him to speak of many things, lying in wait for him to catch at something he might say. The gospel of our salvation. Let me just explain one thought first before I begin. There's a mention of lawyers here, and it seems that Jesus was angry at lawyers. Let me just give you an understanding that the lawyers that he's referring to are the religious leaders who were supposed to know the laws of God. So these are religious people. And Jesus was angry at them because they were supposed to help people understand what it means to live for God. But they were preventing them from living for God by what they were teaching. So just on the side explanation of that. But the main concern here is Jesus was angry at them because of the rejection of the prophets. And again, prophets during their time were not people who predicted the future, but they were people who spoke the word of God. And Jesus was accusing the religious leaders of that generation for rejecting people who were speaking the word of God to them. And he said, you will be judged for rejection of the word of God, the teachings of God. Now, you might say, Raul, I've never killed a prophet myself. I've never rejected or put up a tomb for a prophet. What can I get from this passage? Well, it's a warning for us, because in many ways we also reject the word of God in a small way in our life. When we hear a teaching from the scriptures about loving others and we not follow it in the way we relate to each other and not relate to each other in love, we might not be killing prophets, but in a small way we are rejecting the word of God that we know. So Jesus is in this reflection inviting us, let's accept the word of God. Let's not imitate these religious leaders who rejected those who spoke the truth about God. Let's be open to the word of God in our life and allow the word of God to form us in the way we live. God bless us.